So a client asked me today, I heard that they changed the boating laws in Florida. Does that mean I can't get a BUI anymore? That is not the case. But it is a great question because starting on July 1st, the boating laws are changing. Senate Bill 1388, the Boaters Freedom Act, changed when fish and wildlife officers can stop your boat, but it doesn't change the BUI laws. So let's talk about what actually changed. Before July 1st, fish and wildlife officers could pull you over for what they call a random safety inspection. They could board your vehicle, check your safety equipment, and then if they smelled alcohol or thought you were impaired, then that random stop could turn into a BUI. So in a DUI, officer has reasonable suspicion to pull you over that something has gone amiss. But prior to July 1st of 2025, Fish and Wildlife could simply just pull you over to check if you had all your safety equipment, to check if your registration is okay. Now, on July 1st, 2025, they actually have to have a reason to pull you over like a normal officer would in a DUI case. Let's just be honest though, if you're out there drinking and operating your vessel, you're probably going to end up in the same condition you would prior to. So here's some of the comments that I get. What if I'm not drunk? Or what if I only had a couple beers? Let's break it down. Although they may not have reason to pull you over prior to July 15th, they could still find you for BUI. Now they have to have a reason why. So even if you had a couple beers or even if you were impaired, if Fish and Wildlife pull you over for a safety inspection randomly without any other kind of cause, there could be a motion to suppress in your case. So what are some of the reasons that they could actually pull you over? Well, if you're operating your boat erratically, if you were violating safety rules such as creating a wake and a no-wake zone, weaving in and out of other vessels, putting other people's safety in danger, if you are openly driving with a beer or a known alcohol beverage, that's why I always suggest getting one of my can koozies to protect, so that they can't see what you're drinking. I've actually handled several cases where Fish and Wildlife responded to underage people drinking beers, and they could identify them as beers. Now, the issue was, could they identify them as underage people prior to pulling them over? And they couldn't. But the point is that they need something else now, and those are how they're going to do that. So what should you do if you get stopped by Fish and Wildlife and then given a BUI? Well, the first thing that you need to do is contact an experienced BUI attorney. Don't try to handle the charges alone, because there could be several consequences, not only criminally, but it can affect how you operate your vessel in the future and if it gets impounded. If you have any questions, we have lots of information on BUIs. We have a criminal defense guide called My Loved One's Been Arrested, What's Next? It's available on our website. And you could always give us a call and set up a consultation.